directly support itself. It's just impossible. There's no human mind that can comprehend that far into the future and choreograph a task that wide and make it come together perfectly. It's just impossible. So I have to stress tonight that this, right here, this book, is everything that you are right now and everything that you will be is because of what this book is going to do in your life. This is the only thing on this planet that God has left for us to speak to us with, or for us to comprehend Him in any form whatsoever. Just like I said last week about worshiping. Why would we worship? Why? Because God is worthy. But how do we know God's worthy to worship? It's because of His Word. We just have to grasp this. And tonight, I just want to expound on the sovereignty of this book. Because even from the very first pages of this book, everything in history has pointed to that cross. And the cool thing about it is, it's not over. We're going to be the authors of the final chapters of Revelation before God returns, before Jesus Christ comes back for His bride. And we have to be one. The church has to be one. We have to be on one accord. We have to be without blemish. And Jesus is calling you guys to start getting it all together for everybody. Not only in this town, but in this state. Not only in this state, but in this country. Not only in this country, but around the world. He's calling people to start to come together for His final plans. Because He's coming back for His bride. And she's going to be perfect. You understand that, everybody? So today I just want to go over a couple things that are in the New Testament and Old Testament, and they're called the types of Christ. There's two things that are throughout the history of, through all Scripture. There's two things. There's types, which are analogies or allegories of situations that typically point to Jesus Christ. And right from the very start, right from the Garden of Eden, God superimposed situations and things in His Word that point to Jesus Christ throughout history. And that's just, that in itself is so supernatural that it's unbelievable. All right, and the second thing is called theophanies, which we're not going to go over tonight, but that's the manifestation of God in physical form. Like, for instance, the pillar of fire and smoke that led Israel by day and by night. Things like that are called theophanies. Okay, the manifestation of an angel, or all the plagues, they were theophanies. Okay, so the first one we're going to go over. You guys remember the very first one that I mentioned in one of our previous Bible studies was the original gospel in the 3rd chapter of Genesis, where, just to give you an idea of what the types are, it describes way into the future Jesus Christ. And the first one that I had mentioned was where God said to Adam and Eve, He said that the serpent will bruise your heel, and there will be enmity between your seed and his seed for all of time. And he will bruise your heel, but you will crush his head. Okay? That is a type of Christ. Okay? Because when Christ was on the cross, okay, Satan thought he had Jesus right where he wanted him. He was going to take him right out of the picture. He was going to kill him. All right? And in reality, all Satan did was bruise Jesus' heel. Because 3 days later, he came back to life. And he dismissed death. He overcame death. And he crushed Satan's head. Okay, that's just one type of Christ. So we're going to go to Exodus 11, and I got a microphone out here if anybody wants to read for me. We're going to read verses 1 through 10. And then I'm going to ask you some questions as to, this is called the Passover. All right, this was the last plague that God brought upon Egypt before they were allowed to leave Egypt and start their journey into the wilderness. Who's going to read for me? Jonathan, read 1 through 10. Nice and loud and clear, okay?
Need a mic?
He has it. That's all.
Then the Lord said to Moses, I will strike Pharaoh and the land of Egypt with one more blow. After that, Pharaoh will let you leave this country. In fact, he will be so eager to get rid of you that he will force you all to leave. Tell all the Israelites, men and women, to ask their Egyptian neighbors for articles of silver and gold. Now the Lord has caused Egyptians to look favorably on the people of Israel, and Moses was considered a very great man in the land of Egypt, respected by Pharaoh's officials and the Egyptian people alike. Moses announced to Pharaoh, this is what the Lord says, at midnight tonight I will pass through the heart of Egypt, and the firstborn sons will die in every family in Egypt, from the oldest son of Pharaoh, who sits on his throne, to the oldest son at the lowest servant girl, who grinds the floor. Even the firstborn of all the livestock will die. Then all the loud wail will rise throughout the land of Egypt, a wail like no one has heard before or will ever hear again. But among the Israelites, it will be so peaceful that not even a dart will bark. Then you will know that the Lord has made a distinction between the Egyptians and the Israelites. All the officials of Egypt will run to me and fall on the ground before me. Please leave, and they will beg. Hurry and take your followers with you. Along that will I go. Then, burning with anger, Moses left Pharaoh. Now, the Lord had told Moses earlier, the Pharaoh will not listen to you, but then I will do even more mighty miracle things in the land of Egypt. Moses and Aaron performed these miracles in Pharaoh's presence, but the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he wouldn't let the Israelites leave the country.
Okay, so the Lord has turned Pharaoh's heart to keep the Israelites there. And what he's describing is that whoever does not heed to his warnings is going to be inflicted with a great pain and his last plague. John, I want you to continue to read. Okay, in chapter 12, I want you to continue to read. Whoever has to read, that's fine. I want you to see this is where Passover is instituted. So read. I'll tell you when to stop reading. Okay.
The Lord said to Moses and Aaron in Egypt, this month is to be for you the first month of your year. Tell the whole community of Israel that on the 10th day of this month, each man is to take a lamb for his family, one for each household. If any household is too small for a whole lamb, they must share one with their nearest neighbor, having taken into account the number of people there are. You are to determine the amount of lamb needed in accordance with what each person will eat. The animals you choose must be a year old males without defect. You may take them from the sheep or the goats. Take care of them until the 14th day of the month, when all the people of the community of Israel must slaughter them at twilight. Then they are to take